So next is Urban Planning and Development Systems Business. The presenter is Vice President and Executive Officer, President and CEO of Urban Planning and Development Systems Company, Mr. Ikemura Toshio. My name is Ikemura. Thank you very much for having me. So without further ado, let me talk about 2015 business strategy towards 2015, starting with the business overview. The business scale in fiscal year 2013 is revenue 562.6 billion, of which 86% is elevator and escalator. This elevator escalator business is the core business, and our service combining Hitachi's rich know-how on IT technology and building management is offered as a whole building solution to support the value improvement of the customer's building. As an example, cloud-based integrated building management system Bivale. This Bivale connects customers' buildings and Hitachi Customer Center by the internet, and it enables remote tenant-specific control of air conditioning, lighting, security, and other equipment from Hitachi Customer Center. Now, the urban planning and development system business value chain starts from development, sales, manufacturing, all the way to service, and cover the entire value chain. By providing modernization, we can establish the circulation type business model connecting manufacturing through maintenance once again. High performance product development capability, including the world's #1 product, global development production structure based on local production for local consumption, and industry-leading service infrastructure and service technology that underlies our maintenance service or our business strength. Now, global development manufacturing bases and sales and service bases are shown on this slide. The regional companies are the core, and they promote globalization centered on the regional headquarters. Now, this slide shows the representative property orders we received in fiscal year 13. Through these aggressive order taking and delivery of such flagship deals, we would like to raise our presence of Hitachi. So that was the business overview. Next, let me talk about the market trend and competitive environment. First is the elevator escalator market trend. The global demand, the new installation demand is forecasted to grow from 760,000 in fiscal year 2013 to 900,000 units in 2015. Asian Belt Zone market shows strong growth, which accounts for 78% of the global demand. In particular, Chinese market accounts for over 60% of the global demand and forecasted to grow at 10% a year, 6% of the global demand. Now, against such background, we will grow the business in the Asian Belt Zone centering on China. Now, in the global elevator escalator business, Hitachi's positioning and target in this business is explained. Competitive comparison focusing on the growth of the operating income ratio and revenue is shown on this slide. Hitachi's revenue growth is superior, driven by the growth of the Chinese business. However, compared with the major overseas players like Company B and A, we still have issues with the operating income ratio. In fiscal year 2015, we want to maintain high growth rate and aim for a double-digit operating income ratio that is close to Company A and become one of the top 3. Next, let me talk about the overall growth strategy to achieve this target. Our basic policy is to expand the business scale centered on China, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East up to fiscal year 2015. We will prepare for the entry into these regions beyond the Asian Belt Zone by fiscal year 2020. The table on the left shows each region's market growth using market maturity index. This market maturity index is the number of elevators and escalator units operating in the market divided by new installation units per year. What this shows is how many years worth of stocks exist. Japan, US, and Europe are the mature market, which is mainly service. On the other hand, China, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East is a growing market and mainly new installations. Based on such growth potential of the markets, we grouped them into 3 groups and set the business policy for each group. First is the base group with high market share. We will boost the share of new installation and strengthen service business. For the nurture group with low market share, we will expand the product lineup and convert the distributors into joint venture. And especially for the Middle East, we will increase the presence by boosting the share of high-speed models and expand orders. In the developed group, we will develop new sales routes and explore alliances with partners. Now, business policy for fiscal year 2015, we are aiming for revenue of 610 billion yen. In China, we will become number one in terms of sales scale, market share, brand value, and customer satisfaction. And to do that, we will expand sales in new installation market and expand and strengthen the sales and service network. At the same time, we will raise the brand value by developing and introducing the world's number 1 products. For Southeast Asia, India, and the Middle East, we will strengthen the business base to drive growth in the Asian region. In Japan, we will expand and strengthen the service business, including maintenance and modernization. Now, a common strategy is Hitachi Smart Transformation Project. We will promote cost structural reform under SDP to enhance competitiveness and strengthen cash flow management. Now, let me talk about the development and production policy. We will enhance collaboration among operations in Japan, China, and Southeast Asia to establish highly efficient development and production supply framework. In development framework, we will accelerate the joint development in Japan, China, and Singapore for global models. And cutting-edge technology will be established in Japan and extend to new areas. And premier models are produced in Japan and exported to each country. Now, to expand sales in the new installation market, number of major real estate companies that become strategic partners is increased to 42 in fiscal year 15. In fiscal year 2013, Hitachi's new installation market share in terms of the number of units is 15%, and we are ranked second. But sales amount is number 1. Sales amount share is number 1. On the other hand, for sales and service network is expanded to 4-area management service for higher efficiency. Regarding our Hitachi service base, we completed the expansion to all provinces and will increase to 90 by 2015. And we will expand manufacturer-provided maintenance service to improve the service quality. We aim for 83,000 new installation orders in 2015 and become number 1 in share of unit. Now, Uh, by delivery to those large deals, we have raised our presence. For the super high-rise multi-use building Guangzhou CTF Finance Center under construction to open in 2016, we will deliver the world's fastest elevator, which is 1,200 meters per minute. And this new technology gained from the high-speed elevator will be applied to elevator and high-speed elevator to deal with higher and larger buildings. From the 13th to 16th of May this year, the world's largest elevator exhibition in Guangzhou was held. We announced the 1,200 meter per minute high-speed elevator and received favorable response from our customers, and we think we were able to raise our presence in the Chinese market. In the Asian market, regional headquarters are collaborating to grow in Asia through various measures. Asian regional headquarters will use Thai plant as the key core plant to reinforce the foundation and explore new distributors. New distributor sales network will be reinforced for the growth market. The China regional headquarters will expand the supply of components and products. And we will expand the supply of components and products, supply of products that serve the need of major Chinese developers entering overseas markets. Now, the number of new installation order units target for fiscal year 2015 is 2,800. Now, Japan. From April, we have consolidated the elevator escalator business in Japan from April 2014 to Hitachi Building Systems. Until now, designing and manufacturing traditionally was done by Hitachi Limited. This will be transferred to Hitachi Building Systems. And this means that we are going to have a structure where Hitachi Building System will be in charge of the entire process after the order is received. This will speed up the management and increase the operational efficiency. We will enhance modernization and maintenance. The service will be reinforced. We will strengthen the modernization business, such as energy conservation, seismic isolation, and refine the preventive maintenance by improving predictive diagnosis precision, utilizing big data. In fiscal year 2015, we will expand the order for modernization to 5,000 units. Now, a global training center was completed and began the operation in April. We will use this center as a global education center to aid in the training of personnel in Japan and overseas. Hitachi Smart Transformation Project, STP, is being promoted for cost structural reform. In specific, we are centralizing the production of common components and expanding applications of modular design to reduce production cost. And we are expanding global procurement and strengthening cost planning to reduce direct material cost, and unifying global IT platform and business structure reform to reduce the indirect costs. From fiscal year 2011 to 2015, cumulatively, we estimate the effect of 27 billion yen, and cash flow management will be enhanced, including the improvement of number of days inventory on hand. Lastly, let me talk about the financial results. For fiscal year 2013, the overseas elevator escalator business was strong, centering on China, when we were able to increase both revenue and operating income. And as a result, our overseas revenue ratio exceeded 50% in fiscal year 2013. For fiscal year 2014, with the expansion of the overseas elevator escalator business, we expect to increase both revenue and operating income. Now, the difference between current and previous is listed here for fiscal year 2015. we will target both increase in both revenue and operating income. Now, the target for fiscal year 2015, 610 billion yen revenue, and 59% overseas revenue ratio, operating income ratio of over 10%. And we will aim to expand business further, centering on overseas business, and actively promote the Hitachi Smart Transformation Project to become a major global player. This concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.
それでは続きまして質疑応答に移らさせていただきます。
Thank you very much. We'd like to start the Q&A. And we will have, in addition to Mr. Gemura, we'll have Mr. Ogi as well as Mr. Saito from the Urban Planning Development System Company to participate. The floor is now open for questions. Question. Thank you for your explanation. Now, I would like to ask a question regarding difference to the forecast you had 1 year ago. First, regarding the effect of SDP, according to 1 year ago, it was 10 billion on a cumulative basis. But here you mentioned 27 billion, so there is a significant difference shown here. What has changed in terms of the assumptions? Answer, there are two factors. First is the foreign exchange impact. When we formulated the budget, we were looking at 14, but it's now 16.5. Therefore, this is impacting SDP, and with revenue will increase with the foreign exchange difference, and material cost reduction will also benefit. Furthermore, price decline. With respect to the domestic price decline, we have taken a very conservative outlook about in terms of our operations. Currently, for standard elevators are doing very well. Orders is fat. Escalators is also on an increasing trend. Therefore, in terms of price, it did not decline as we have expected. So this has had also a positive effect. So the SDP effect has improved significantly. Question 2. This is also comparing against 1 year ago. For new installations in China, for orders, you mentioned 100,000 last time, but now it's 83,000. But the market outlook has increased, but your order outlook has declined. Why is that the case? Answer. Regarding orders outlook, when we formulated the plan, we had a very aggressive budget formulated. This is because the economic growth was expected to be on a double-digit basis. We thought that it would go on that trajectory. However, during that time, there was concern that it will revert back to a single-digit growth. That is the reason why we reviewed the numbers. And therefore, in terms of orders received, we have set a number that is lower than what we had last year. Question. The market outlook has gone up. So does that mean that your share will go down? Answer. When we formulated this last year, we formulated a budget that was very aggressive. And that is reflected last year and this year. It isn't as if our share is diminishing. That is not the case.
Any other questions, please? So towards the back, maybe fifth or sixth from the back. Question. China. The new installation market in China, traditionally, the low-income, affordable housing was your focus, as I heard from you earlier. But in this presentation, you did not focus on that point. And so You have the flagship large size deals, but what is the situation regarding this low income housing in China? Now, in the Chinese market, how much maintenance business are you capturing? Are you working hard so that you can have stock in the future and push up the profitability? So, including your competitive comparison, how much low income housing business are you getting in China? Please elaborate. Regarding this low income housing, we are working hard to get this business aggressively. But in the result, the number of order-wise, it is not clearly reflected. And therefore, we want to increase the number so that we can incorporate this into the orders, intake orders. Now, regarding the preventive maintenance, we have the maintenance free of charge and for fee. And the total is about 50%. Now, other companies are about the same as us. However, there are challenges. We need to expand service bases and also improve and expand the training facilities. So we have room to improve.
Next question, please. Question. I have two questions. Regarding the Chinese market, your perspective of the Chinese market, you have revised downward. In terms of the capacity for manufacturing, what is your outlook? If growth continues strong, that is fine, but you could have excess capacity going forward. What is your view on that? And the second point is regarding modernization demand for the domestic market. There could be some shortage of resources in terms of installation. You said that you are going to strengthen your human resources, but in line with the activities prevailing in the market, how well can you continue to cope? Answer. Regarding the production capacity in China, for 2013, we have a capacity around 80,000 units. We have increased the factories. Preparations are underway. For example, last year, in Chengdu, we have created a plan to cover the west area. We want to establish accounts there. And the plant has been established in Guangzhou. Escalator plant and motor factory has been centralized. We have 80,000 capacity. And for 15, we would like to aim for 90,000 capacity. Going from 80,000 to 90,000. In terms of the current production capacity, as looking at the orders received, we believe that we are at the appropriate level. We do not feel there is excess capacity. Now, the next point regarding modernization demand. Inclusive of new installations, in terms of construction area, there is a shortage of manpower. That is true. And construction delivery are being extended currently. Within Hitachi, a manpower shortage must be avoided. Therefore, we are trying to increase the resources. And that is the reason why we have established a training center. We will step up efforts in terms of education and training. Facilities will be made available to provide training. And we are also increasing the number of resources so that we are making sure we will not cause any problems for our customers in terms of modernization of their facilities.
Any other questions, please? So the person in the front. Question. I have one question. Earlier, question touched on the STP effect. Compared to the previous calculation, the impact is now large, and this will push up the profit. Now, operating income plan for fiscal year 15 is 5 billion. This is slide number 24. 5 billion revised upward by 5 billion. So revenue goes up by 50 billion, and with the smart transformation project, the revision is 7 billion, 17.6 billion. Why is the profit only going up by 5 billion? So for fiscal year 15, we want to exceed 61 billion. And we would like to scrutinize how this will be achieved. So revenue upward revision by 50 billion. Is this right? 50 billion upward revision in revenue. Is this correct compared to the previous forecast? Answer, yes, that's correct. Question. And with that, will the operating income also be revised upward? Answer. When we think of the future risks, the revenue increase will not totally push up the operating profit. However, with the increase in revenue, the operating income will pretty much increase accordingly. Question. Then STP effect will push up the operating income. So is there a factor that pushes down the operating income compared to a year ago? Any other factors? Answer. Sales price trend is still unforeseeable. And so that is included. Question. You said that in Japan, the price is not going down as expected, so the situation is improving. Answer. Yes, fiscal year 13 is becoming favorable. But for fiscal year 14 and 15, things are still unforeseeable. So we have incorporated the risk. Thank you.
Any further questions? Any questions? Please. Question. I just have one confirmation to make. Now, you said that for domestic residential, for condominiums, has there been impact of the consumption tax increase? Please elaborate. Answer. Consumption tax increase impact was felt somewhat, but in terms of condominiums or in terms of elevators, this has not been significant. Now, backlash could come, but we don't think that is going to be significant. Question. What about the surge before the hike? And it was not significant, and there should be no concern about the backlash. Answer. If anything, the shortage of manpower and delays in condominium construction is a more significant factor for us to be concerned about. Any other questions? There seem not. Therefore, we would like to bring this session to a close. Thank you.